man, so Cell token, the token for Celsius, which has been in such turmoil, just rocketed 600%. Bitcoin is now down 2% after initially being fairly flat on the day. Will we now head to lower lows and go and test that $20,000 mark? We've got an interesting update for Fantom as well, so make sure you hit on the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. I'm going to show you a few opportunities and chart patterns which we're seeing on a few of these charts, so make sure you sit back, watch this, and if you want to trade these along with me, you can do so using the links in the description to BYBIT or PRIMEXBT, or both of them. I use both of them, and you got $4,000 worth of bonuses to collect on BYBIT. You got $7,000 worth of bonuses on PRIMEXBT. So good to be back on my desk here, guys, so I can give you guys these spontaneous updates when things are happening. And the first thing here late in the evening today, it's almost 10 o'clock here, and I'm pretty jet lagged as it is. I've not slept for probably 40 hours. But the first thing I have to bring to you is this. I was sitting here looking at the charts as I do, because I have nothing better to do in my life. And you can see here, we had this massive move here on Celsius. I mean, speaking of which, on the 13th of June yesterday, we touched lows here on this candle. I'm just on the 1 hourly candles here of 0.9. Okay, 0.09, sorry, so 9 cents. And then you see we run up all the way, a massive 2,700% move up to $2.55. Extreme volatility, guys. And if you're experienced and you want to take advantage of these kinds of moves on a trading perspective, you can do so using BYBIT. This is available on BYBIT. You can head on over to BYBIT, use the link in my description, get yourself your $4,000 bonus, and you can just trade using those bonuses on BYBIT, one of the best trading platforms out there. They've got the full trading view integration as well. But this is, only do this if you're experienced, because this is a crazy market, and there's a lot going on, right? Whether this is liquidity issues, whether this is exchange issues, is not particularly clear. Some were saying there was a user experience error on FTX, but I can't really corroborate that because I'm looking at other exchanges as well. I mean, for example, this one is Bitfinex. Look at this massive scam wick to the downside, and look at this massive wick all the way up to 150 here. So you're getting crazy volatility, and again, if you're not experienced, stay away from this. If you're experienced, you know what you want to do, play around with it. But the reality here is the longer term perspective is what's going to happen with Celsius, right? Are they going to recover? Because if they don't, this could have a huge implication on DeFi, and more importantly, Ethereum and even Bitcoin. You can already see Ethereum is now sitting at $1,180. This is insane, guys. This one is, for me, an absolute bargain. And for me, I'm definitely adding Ethereum as much as I can at this moment in time without it getting too over allocated in my portfolio. Because when I look at this chart here, if I just zoom out here on Ethereum and give you guys the perspective, this is insane. And the reason it's insane, I'm just going to have to go to the weekly to show it to you, otherwise I think it's going to get a little bit tight. Let's see. There you go. So what you can, no. There we go. So what you can see now is we're far lower than the previous bull run high at $1,400. The previous bull run high, you can see that December/January 18, we're below that. We fell quite significantly below that when we're getting close to $1,000. And things could get worse, guys. We could be seeing a sub $1,000 Ethereum if Celsius is unable to sort out their situation. But the positive news from Celsius is we saw some DAI tokens start to arrive, which indicates that Celsius may finally be ready to start paying back the debt on MakerDAO. So that's a good sign. Let's keep an eye on that and see how that progresses over time. If you haven't watched my video from earlier, make sure you go watch that, because the big thing on the market's mind right now continues to be the interest rate troubles. We got the FOMC meeting tomorrow. Make sure you've subscribed. Make sure you got the bell icon. We're going to be covering that event tomorrow here on this channel, so you won't miss a beat and you know exactly what is moving the crypto markets. I won't just give you chart patterns. I'm going to tell you exactly what is going on. But first, let me explain quickly here what's going on. You've had the US markets, which were relatively flat earlier when I was making the video update, and you can see it rotated to close the day in the red. Dow Jones down 0.5, 0.3 down on the S&P. Nasdaq managed to hold a little bit flat here, up 0.18% as Tesla, Microsoft, and Nvidia managed to eke out a green day today. But more importantly, let's head over to the Bitcoin chart. We know we've got the Fed decision coming out tomorrow, and the market is very interesting right now. It's almost as if the market are saying, we want to see a higher interest rate hike. So I've got this new suspicion now. If we get a higher interest rate hike tomorrow, if we see 0.75 or we see 1% tomorrow as an interest rate hike, I think the market could take that as an opportunity to respect Jerome Powell and maybe have an excuse to rally. Because right now, he's not doing enough, and the market's saying almost not trusting him and falling out of trust with Jerome Powell because he's not doing enough. And that's why it's falling. So if he was to come out and really put his foot down, maybe it could work in an adverse manner where it doesn't spook the markets, but they have a little bit of a relief rally to say, okay, Jerome Powell's not messing around. He's willing to, and he's able to go to 1%, 2%. He's not scared. And maybe the markets will respect that, because at the moment, they're not respecting him. So it'll be interesting to see how tomorrow plays out. The markets are priced in as 0.75 basis point move, a 75 basis point move. Will we get that? Will we get more than that? Or are we just going to get 0.5? If we just get 0.5, do not be surprised if we see equity start to fall and Bitcoin follow it. And as you can see, let's tie that up now with the technicals. You guys know that's what we do. We take our macroeconomics and we tie it with the technicals. And the macroeconomy is saying that there is no hope for us now to really get a meaningful rally. So when we fell, I made that video earlier today saying there's nothing meaningful here. So when we're doing this, I'm not too excited that we can sustain something here to the upside. And that is why all this is for me, is a reset of the RSI. It's just the bears who've been pushing us down all this way are just exhausted and they need a breather before they take us down some more. And you can see that chart pattern starting to set up in the form of a double top or an M pattern, right? So we're seeing this M pattern, and you guys can short this, right? If you want to short this, you can do so using the links in the description. But this is an opportunity for you to play this to the downside. And you can see here, if I go into the 5-minute candles, it's a little bit more obvious. You got your first, you got your second, and then you move to the downside. So this type of technical pattern, if it breaks this yellow line here at 21748, you can get an entry here and you can take this to the downside. If we were to take the measured move on this pattern, you'd be taking it from the peak of the move there, and we'll put that at the point of the breakout. And what you'll be seeing is this could be taking us towards 20,269. So lower than the low here. Remember, we were able to bounce from 20,800. This could be taking you to 20,200. And that's going to get pretty nervy, because if we start breaking 20,000, remember, that is the previous bull run high on Bitcoin. I think it was exactly 19,600 or so on this candle. About 19,600-ish on this candle. If we fall lower than that, we are then lower than our previous bull market high from here. So this is insane. Very difficult time in the market. We need to be careful out there. And let's just do a quick update on Fantom as well, because Fantom here on the hourly chart is going to be doing the same thing, okay? So you saw here, Fantom was managing to get a good bounce up as Bitcoin was bouncing. But again, do not be surprised if Bitcoin rolls over. This is going to continue to roll over. Test this bottom here. Okay, this bottom is sitting at 19 cents again. It'll test that. If Bitcoin wants to fall lower and really touch 20,000, do not be surprised if Fantom starts heading down towards 18, 17, this region, or even a little bit more. Now, the positive news for Fantom in this market, it really doesn't matter which altcoin you're looking at, they're all going to be falling. But the positive thing you can take away from this is looking at the Fantom BTC chart. And if you look at this over the last kind of 36 hours, going back to yesterday, Fantom is remarkably doing really well. And if I just show you the measured move that Fantom has managed to accumulate versus Bitcoin, you're looking at, roughly speaking, a 30% up move versus Bitcoin on the Bitcoin pair. So Fantom as an altcoin has really been holding up relatively well here against Bitcoin. And part of that is because Fantom has been suppressed quite a lot during this run to the downside. We've had a lot of things going on in the Fantom space, and it's pretty much trying to create its bottom now. It just needs the wider market to start heading to the upside. Fear and greed index continues to sit at 8. We know that. If we head on to look at whether which coins have been outperforming over the last 90 days, we know nothing's been performing well, right? But the new thing we've noticed now is, remember I always said BNB was the only major coin outperforming Bitcoin? You've also got ADA now. So they're still down 38% each, but when Bitcoin's down 42%, you've got two of these altcoins, ADA and BNB, both huge market cap coins in the top 5, both outperforming BTC. So again, two other blue chip kind of projects, which maybe you may use the links in the description to accumulate and buy the dip. I know I'm buying the dip. I'm nibbling. I'm getting prepared for more lower price targets. I'm keeping cash on the side, but I'm making chunky bites and accumulations to my portfolio right now. And I think that's a really important message, is don't be that person that says, oh, we're going to head to 15,000. Because there's a lot of people who are making videos saying we're going to head to 15,000, 16,000. We may. And as we do that, I'll continue to give you those price targets as well. But right now, you've got to make a decision based on today. You've got a $1,200, $1,100 ETH. You've got Bitcoin sitting at 21, 22,000. Make decisions today, set your limit orders in, and start accumulating, because the 15, 16,000 isn't promised. But what I can say is 2021 is promised. And nobody thought we were going to get 20,000, 21,000, 22,000 Bitcoins, and you could be nibbling. So get yourself enough that if we do bounce and rotate, you've got enough. But the reality is I'm expecting a heavy probability of heading more to the downside, just given the sheer difficult nature of the macro economy. Trade safely out there, guys. If you're trading, make sure it's a small part of your portfolio. Don't get yourself wrecked with leverage. If you've not seen my tweet, there was over 260,000 cryptocurrency traders liquidated over the last 24 hours. That's $1.6 billion roughly of liquidations. And that is what we're trying to avoid here. So trade pragmatically, trade with stop losses, trade with a small part of your portfolio with funds you're willing to lose. You guys should know that. Okay, very, very important. We're here for a long run. We want to build a sustainable crypto community that knows how to trade when they need to, and they know how to dollar cost average and invest when they need to as well. Don't forget to smash up the like button and subscribe. I'm going to link up a video here, actually a playlist. Let's link up a playlist for you guys where you can watch a whole bunch of binge-worthy videos which aren't time sensitive. So go watch these videos, whole bunch of alpha in there, flick through them and watch the ones which take your interest, and let me know in the comments what you think of each of those. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next one.